This is the Business of Leadership Series Minute with your host, the best-selling author of Don't Buy a Duck and founder of MarketingStrategyHero.com, Derek Champagne.
I'm excited about our guest today. He is one of the best bowlers, if not the best in the entire world. Jason Belmonte, he has 22 PBA titles, 11 major championships, 4 of those in USBC Masters, which is also a record, and 4-time PBA Player of the Year. Jason, thanks for joining us today.
Derek, thank you very much for having me on your show.
Give me a couple highlights that stand out to you, whether they could be small moments, big moments, but in your career from 4 on, which is so young, tell me a few highlights that stand out to you, either winning a championship or beating a player that you wanted to beat or hitting a new personal record. Like what? Give us a few of those moments so we can celebrate with you.
Yeah, sure. There are 4 moments that are very iconic to me, these are the main reasons why I think when I look back, I go straight to these moments, and they're like little defining moments of my career. So when I was 16, I flew for the very first time to Malaysia, and I bowled a perfect game in Malaysia where I pocketed $16,000. Now, as a 16-year-old kid, working for your dad for minimum wage, $16,000 that go straight into your pocket was a lot of money. And that was kind of the moment I went, why can't I just do this all over the world? And why can't I continue to make this kind of money? So that was the first moment, was when I was like, you know what, I need to really focus on this and do this as a job. The second moment was when I won my very first professional career, so a title. So I had a very successful amateur career, but ultimately, until you make it to the pros, you haven't got there yet. So when I won my very first pro title, that gave me a lot of self-belief that I belong out here. I copped a lot of criticism, a lot of hate because of my, unorthodox style. And everybody at that time, especially in the US, was considering me as a bit of a gimmick, that little flash in the pan. This kid's got a pretty wacky game, but he won't be around for very long. He won't win. So when I won, it just told myself, you don't listen to these guys. Only you can determine your own destiny. So when I won, I was like, wow, you belong here. The third moment was when I broke the record for the most majors in the history of the PBA. And that actually happened this season. And for the very, very first time in my life, I never once looked at myself, thought of myself, or put myself into a category of all-time great. I never had. I'm a fairly confident guy. Some would probably say arrogant on the lanes, but I would never actually think that. And after I won that, and I became the all-time major record holder of a 60-year history of a professional organization, I realized, wow, you have created a legacy that will go beyond your years of bowling. And that was a really proud moment. The final one was when I won the World Cup for Australia as an amateur. But what made that super special was I was able to bring my father along, and he essentially caddied for me for that particular that week. And my parents and my family very rarely get to see me compete because, well, they live in Australia and I'm constantly traveling around the world. So to have him in Johannesburg, South Africa, win the World Cup, bring home the trophy, and have him there every step of the way was a really special moment for me.
Derek Champagne here. So many exciting things happening in 2019. Join us. Visit DerekChampagne.com.